Well, if you believe the polls, Yvonne, he is coming a distant third, so perhaps his chances aren't great. But I've just been at a huge rally for his party, and the support there most certainly was very, very strong. I spoke to a number of people who said they find him to be a sincere, hard-working leader. They trust him with the country, and they believe he's got the experience. They want him and his party to stay in power. But there are also quite a lot of people around Thailand who have had enough of almost 9 years of his rule under military rule here in Thailand. They say that he did not handle the COVID-19 pandemic well. He has bungled the economic recovery, they say. And they say it's time for an end for authoritarian rule here in Thailand. They want pro-democracy parties. They want to vote for pro-democracy parties at this election.
And one of those is the opposition Pheu Thai party. It's hoping for a landslide victory. How likely is that?
Well, Yvonne, this is Pheu Thai party that's led by Paetongtarn, Shinawatra, and she's the daughter of the exiled, controversial billionaire former PM Thaksin Shinawatra. So she's hoping to bank on nostalgia to deliver votes for her this election, and she's one of 3 prime ministerial candidates. The whole party is hoping to win in a landslide. They are ahead in the polls right now. She is the top for preferred prime minister in most of the polls, and incidentally, she only had a baby, her second child, 2 weeks ago, and she's back on the campaign trail already trying to secure more votes for the party. But certainly Pheu Thai has a lot of support as well. I've been to one of their rallies in recent weeks, a huge sporting stadium filled with people who want to get a Thaksin Shinawatra-backed party back in. They like the populist policies, things like increasing the minimum wage, and they say they'll be throwing their vote behind that party.
But Pheu Thai party won the most seats in the previous election in 2019, but was prevented from forming government. Do you think that's likely to happen again?
Well, there's certainly rumblings that some of the Conservative parties are already having discussions to work out what alliances they could form to make a coalition should it come to that. For anyone to, for an opposition party rather, to win government, they need 376 seats, and that's because there are 250 military-appointed senators who also get to choose the Prime Minister. So an opposition party really needs to overcome that with an absolute landslide, which is what Pheu Thai is wanting. But as we have seen, this party has won elections in the past and has been stopped from leading by the manoeuvrings of these conservative military-aligned parties. And those discussions are already underway just in case the alliances need to be made in order to overcome the popularity of Pheu Thai.
Well, let's talk about another popular party, the youth-led Move Forward party. It has some controversial policies and some controversial candidates too.
Yes, I'm actually now out the front of a Move Forward party rally, which is incidentally just in the same sporting complex as the rally for a Conservative party, Palang Prachara, and I'll be poking my head in there as well a little later on. Move Forward is a youth-led party that really has galvanised and has drummed up support from the young people around this country who want change. They want to see the end of the military dictatorship. They want to see reform to the monarchy, which is a controversial and taboo topic here in Thailand. They want to see the royal defamation laws, which make criticising the monarchy a crime, discussed and reviewed. They also want to see demonopolisation, demilitarisation and decentralisation. Yes, some of their candidates are controversial because there are at least a dozen of them who were anti-government protesters at big street protests in 2020 who were then charged by police, including with that royal defamation law. There was one woman that we've done a story on who's facing 28 charges, including 2 of criticising the monarchy. But she now wants to be a member of parliament, and her pitch to voters is choose me because I'm brave enough to stand up and say what I believe in. So this is a party that is very polarising here in Thailand, very popular with young people. young people who are starting to convince their parents, their aunties and uncles as well. But certainly it's got people talking because the policies, many people say, are radical. They would involve a lot of change for Thailand, and people say, are we ready for that? The party's leader has also shot to the top of the polls in recent weeks, and in some of the polls he's at the top. So it will be very interesting to see just how well Move Forward does at this election. But like Pheu Thai, manoeuvres have been made in the past to get rid of this young progressive party. It used to be called Future Forward. It won 81 seats in the last election and became the third most popular party at the time. But then a year later was dissolved by the Constitutional Court over funding irregularities. So yes, it will be interesting to see just what the balance is come Monday morning after votes are counted between Conservative parties and these pro-democracy parties.
Mazoe Ford, thank you.